welcome to week 3 of the Unnamed Podcast. The podcast that still doesn't have a name.
It may never have a name at this point.
It will never have a name. As the past 2 weeks, I am your host, and this time, not quite past 2 weeks. To my left. I still mess it up.
We're directionally confused. It's fine.
To my left is my co-host, Jordan. Today, Jordan is leading us through into the opening statement with his opening statement.
Yeah, well, so we're a week away from the trade deadline now in Major League Baseball. A lot of big names are going to change places like that. A lot of fates of teams are going to be decided in the next week, which is crazy. I mean, the trade deadline is a crazy time. Pretty much open season for anybody, and like I said, a lot of big names are going to change places. Teams are going to go out and get players that they think that they're filling a need on their team. Teams are going to go, like my Tigers will probably do, trade away the veteran talent in hopes of landing some top-class prospects. So it's always interesting to see this week before the trade deadline. Crazy things happen, and you never quite know what they're going to do. So I am getting...
Is that your opening statement?
I think that's my opening statement.
Okay, so now that we got the opening statement out of the way, we promised something last week, and we're going to start off with it pretty much.
No, it's
our worst announcers, or in our opinion, our list of worst announcers, sports announcers, and then best. You want to start us off with your worst?
You know what we should do? We should go down the list. Like, we should start with who do you want to start with? The worst or the best?
Oh, worst, definitely.
You want to start with worst? Okay.
Worst, definitely.
So, we both, I name my 10, you name your 10.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So, you want me, I'll go first.
You start us up.
I don't know if it's top 10. My bottom 10 worst announcer is NBA on ESPN and ABC commentator Mike. That was my number 10.
That was 10 for you, okay. I'll give my 10. We'll just keep going off and back and forth with our numbers. My 10, and this is going to be weird because I rave about his partner.
Yeah.
Eddie Olczyk.
Yeah.
Eddie Olczyk, and he, just like my 9, 8, and 7, they aren't bad.
But they're not good.
But they aren't good. And every once in a while, Eddie Olczyk will say something so stupid or just so bizarre and out there, you're just like, what?
Yeah,
so that's my 10.
He's pretty. Number 9 for me is not number 9 on the worst list for a lot of people.
Okay.
For whatever reason, and I think he's in your worst list. I think as well too.
Probably.
That is Al Michaels. He doesn't have a good voice. I don't think he is very enthusiastic a lot of times, and if he is, he's almost over enthusiastic. He doesn't know the right time to do either one of those. Love his partner, can't stand Al Michaels.
Al Michaels is on my honorable mention for worst.
Oh, okay.
He didn't make my worst because when Al Michaels, we primarily see Al Michaels with football.
With Sunday Night Football,
and he sucks with football. Yeah. When he does the Olympics, I don't think he's bad.
Oh yeah, when he's a studio host.
Yeah, when he's a studio, I don't think he's a bad studio guy. But my 9 is AJ Przinsky. Catcher, he does Fox Baseball.
Oh God.
So
he's so bad. I didn't even know he did baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who he is.
2 weeks ago now, I was watching the Yankees Red Sox game.
Oh, how unfortunate!
And it was the one that went to 16 innings. That one. The Red Sox were protesting the game because of interference on the base path or something stupid.
Something like that, yeah.
And the protest got denied. Every time, I can't even remember who was doing with AJ Przinsky. Every time their color guy said something, AJ Przinsky came back and said, anytime there was anything, it doesn't matter who it was. Could have been whoever's on the sideline, could have been AJ's partner. Every time the phrase, they're playing the game under protest, AJ Przinsky would say, yeah, I don't think they want to be here. I don't think they want to be playing right now.
Really? Who knew?
It's like, what? No shit. And then AJ Przinsky tells a lot of stories about when he played. And he was, he was decent when he played baseball.
Yes.
But we don't need to hear a story every Saturday night about when you play baseball.
No.
Go to your 8.
Preferably not.
Yeah.
Number 8 on my list is NASCAR commentator on Fox Sports. He doesn't do Sprint Cup, but he does NASCAR Xfinity Series. I got a couple NASCAR guys on here. Actually, 3 of them. And it's Adam Alexander. His voice is so bad.
Yeah, bad. Bad. My 8, and this is going to be weird unless you watch MLS.
A little bit.
Taylor Twellman. Taylor, like...
The name I didn't expect to be on there.
I don't like... He's one of those guys. He's kind of like Eddie Olczyk.
Yeah.
Knows the game, but not great.
Says things that just baffle you.
Yeah. That's my 8.
My number 7, NASCAR on NBC commentator. I got 3 NASCAR guys in a row. I didn't even do it intentionally. NASCAR on NBC commentator Rick Allen. He, I swear, has the same... You know, it's like we talk about NASCAR Heat Evolution and their limited commentary or limited spotter lines.
Yep.
I feel like that's Rick Allen. Yeah. So Rick Allen is like, he doesn't refer to any of the drivers by name. He always calls them by their car number. Very rarely does he refer to them by name. And like, hearing him call races elsewhere is not the worst. I mean, he still says things really wonky. Yeah. But then there's, if at Daytona when there's a lot of like blocking, it's and all I can remember is the first race that he did on NBC. Race and all I think he said, to the bottom of the track goes Dale Earnhardt Jr. 4 times in one lap, and he still does that. Like he's like, to the bottom of the track. It's so bad, terrible.
Okay, my 7 is Chris Fowler. If it weren't for the other people on my list, and you haven't actually seen my list.
No, I have not.
I've seen yours just by sheer happenstance yesterday.
Yes.
If it wasn't for other people on my list, Chris Fowler would be higher. Chris Fowler's just bad, and I know he's on your list.
Yes, he is.
Go to your 6.
My 6, like I said, 3 straight NASCAR guys. We now go to NASCAR Camping World Truck Series commentator Vince Welch. So on Sundays, Vince Welch is a pit reporter. Yeah. And he doesn't do a bad job.
Yeah, correct.
When he does commentary, it sounds like somebody has forced him into the booth with a gun to his head.
You're so right,
and say, hey, try and be excited. Just please. Don't suck. Don't go in there and act like you have a gun to your head. At least try to be excited. Like, he just feels like he is just in a state of depression and his voice is just trying to be excited. I can't. I used to watch truck races, especially the dirt race at Eldora. I love that. I didn't watch it this year. I fucking hate Vince Welch.
Okay, so that was your 6.
My 6.
My 6, the Detroit Tigers TV crew. In specific, Craig Monroe and Rod Allen.
I was going to say, Craig Monroe's got to be number 1.
Like, out of everyone, Craig Monroe and Rod Allen, like, to be more specific than just the entire Tigers TV crew. And so, there's some story behind this. I do watch Tigers baseball because it's baseball.
Yep.
And most of the time, unless you get, like, most nights, unless it's a Monday or Sunday, and sometimes Wednesday.
Right.
There isn't a whole lot of baseball we can watch.
Not so much.
Like, there may be a game on MLB TV if it's, a big game.
Right.
So, if I want to watch baseball, I pretty much have to go to Fox Sports Detroit.
It's the Tigers, unfortunately, which you don't see a whole lot of baseball on there, but that's unrelated. Not good baseball.
So, some people would say, well, you don't like him because you're an Indians fan. When I go to Fox Sports Detroit, I understand there's going to be bias towards the Tigers.
Oh, by far.
You could be biased towards the team, but don't suck. Like, that's, like, don't suck.
They suck.
You have to be one. You either have to be really good and not have any bias,
which is,
or be biased and be really good. Be really good. Be really bad but have no bias, or be really biased and be really bad. there's four possibilities. The Tigers pick the worst, which is
bias and bad.
Yeah, the Tigers crew picks the worst, bias and bad. That's why they're at 6 for me. And again, if it wasn't for other people on my list, the Tigers crew, especially Rod Allen, Craig Monroe. Oh, and
Here come the Tigers.
They also use the phrase that just baffles me.
Oh God.
Awfully good.
That describes them.
That phrase does not make sense.
No.
And then you just make it even more boring. You have this. I mean, awfully and good don't go together.
No.
First off, and then you have a strong descriptive word in awfully with a boring, bland word of good.
Let me remind you earlier in the year in the Elmer Fudd hat.
Oh God, no! Please no! Yeah. The Elmer Fudd hat that made rounds.
Yep.
Okay, who's your 5? That's all right there. Who's your 5?
The aforementioned Chris Fowler.
Oh, okay.
Who does college football on ESPN, ABC, all that good
stuff.
Took over for Brent Musburger as the lead guy. Does always like the Saturday night games, the big games. Does the national championship.
Sadly.
And I feel like moving from the studio to the booth is the worst move you could ever make.
Yeah.
Because everyone's already used to your studio voice, like your regular voice.
Yeah.
And then you got Chris Fowler, who just
Chris Fowler's a good studio guy, in my
opinion. But he sounds awful. You know, it kind of goes back to the Vince Welch thing. Like, it sounds like forced excitement.
Yeah. My 5, and I have 2 ESPN college football women in a row.
Oh, really?
Both do.
I know who one of them are.
Both of them do freaking Big Ten, I believe. Or I know one of them does Big Ten. I'm pretty sure the second does. Beth Mowins.
Oh. You got her at 4?
5.
5.
Beth Mowins and the 4th, the other lady, has such a terrible personality. Her personality is I don't even know how to describe it without saying, go let's watch a game that she calls. It is just so bad. Her personality is so bad that she forces excitement.
Yeah.
And then she just doesn't even have a phenomenal voice for it.
Oh, her voice is awful. She
has this really dry, cracky voice to go with a really dry personality.
Touchdown!
Yeah. Who's your 4?
My 4, oddly enough, is Beth Mowins, so I will continue on.
Do we have to keep going?
I will let him speak for my selection of Beth Mowins as fourth worst sports commentator currently.
Yep. My 4 is Pam Ward.
Okay. Really, I would have put Beth Mowins ahead of Ward. I totally forgot about her.
I have Pam Ward at 4 because she calls more. She happens to call more games.
Yeah.
And they happen to be bigger market games. Beth Mowins.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Beth Mowins. I think Beth Mowins is probably worse. It's close, but slightly worse. But Beth Mowins gets the fucking Purdue game. These games that who the hell's watching them anyway? Which is probably why ESPN just puts her there.
She gets Michigan and Northwestern sometimes, or Michigan and
I know just Pam Ward has done a couple Ohio State games before, and it's so bad.
Or both.
Oh, no, both of them are bad. Both of them have terrible personalities, and both of them are just dumber than a box of recycled golf balls. Who's your 3?
My 3 is none other than Marv Albert. Like Christ alive, he has got the worst voice for television. Not even sports. Television. He's bad.
He is though. That's who my 3 is.
And I'm so sick.
Our 3, 2, and 1 are the same.
I think our 3, 2, and 1 are.
That's who my 3 is. I can't say anything else about what you said with Marv Albert. Your 2. Who's your 2?
Same as your 2. And that's Mike Tirico. Mike Tirico.
And I know who your 1 is.
It's everybody's 1. Everybody hates this guy.
Joe fucking Buck.
Joe Buck yourself.
Joe Buck, you were bad. I know you're probably not watching this or listening to it, but stop. Retire. Go home. You suck.
Go enjoy your World Series winner in St. Louis.
Yeah, that's all I can give you, Joe Buck. Just, you're bad. Did you have an honorable mention for your bottom 10?
I do. And so for the most part, I went with play-by-play guys.
Yeah.
I left the color guys for the honorable mention. And my honorable mention for the worst does college football either on Big Ten Network or ESPN. I think he does both. Either that or he's floated around a little bit. And that is the Detroit Lions' own nightmare, Matt Millen.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Not putting the personal bias aside from hating Matt Millen for what he did for the Lions. I mean, the Lions were bad before Matt Millen made them the joke that they are. Matt Millen is the cause of 0-16.
I know. I have nothing in this.
Matt Millen's bad.
Matt Millen's bad. Not as bad as the 10 that we named.
No.
But he bad.
No, but he would sit middle of that list, I think.
Probably. So my honorable mention for bottom 10 is Al Michaels. Because I think Al Michaels, I mean, on football, when he does football, it's an atrocity.
Yes.
Other things, when he does other things though, it's not bad. Primarily because he's in the studio, but not bad.
He's in the studio, so
yeah.
Doesn't have to have his fake excitement.
Top 10. I'll start off with my 2 honorable mentions, and you can pick your honorable mention. Because I have 2, and they're both sideline people, or one was a sideline person before he passed. Craig Sager, NBA sideline guy, phenomenal at what he did on the NBA sideline. And then Sam Ponder, she does college football for ESPN. My biggest thing was sideline. I don't have they're the only 2 sideline people I have on this list overall.
Yeah, because they're just so, who cares?
Yeah, when you're on the sideline, just don't detract from the broadcast.
Todd
McShay, Dr. Jerry Punch.
Oh, God! Dr. Jerry Punch nearly cracked my worst. But I didn't want to have too many NASCAR guys on there.
I mean, Dr. Jerry Punch does freaking...
He does football now.
Yeah.
Once...
I forgot he did, but yeah, he did do NASCAR.
He did NASCAR for a long time.
Why? What is the whole point of, no one cares that Dr. Jerry Punch is a doctor, has a PhD of something.
Yeah, what is he? I'm looking it up.
He's got to be a PhD in fucking, broadcasting.
Right.
Something. Media or something. No one cares. You were there on the sideline to freaking... sideline report. What's his PhD?
I gotta find it. Hold on. Keep going. Another honorable mention, or was that the second one?
Sam Ponder and Craig Sager. PhD in
medical role in incidents. Hold on. Let me get it early life.
So I'm just gonna go with my 10th on my top 10. Chris Berman.
Was actually an EMT.
Oh, okay.
Later served as director of emergency medicine, Florida. Yeah, holy shit.
So he's an actual doctor.
He was an actual doctor.
He was an actual doctor at one point.
Yes. Went to North Carolina State and Wake Forest.
Okay. Then what the hell are you doing sideline reporting?
I don't know. Especially if he's not very good.
Yeah! In all seriousness, though, back on that, no one cares that he's a doctor. Or was an actual doctor. When we're watching football, we don't care.
Not so much.
Okay, so as I said, my 10th on my top 10 is Chris Berman. Oh, who's your honorable mention?
Oh, my honorable mention is John Smoltz. He does Fox Baseball.
Yeah.
Either with Matt Vasgersian or the terrible Joe Buck.
The horrendous.
The just
awfully bad.
Joe Buck.
Just Joe Buck.
It is caught by Tyree Joe Buck.
Yeah.
That is the worst call. Joe Buck has a lot of terrible calls. We're gonna go back to Joe Buck for a second.
Yeah.
Because he does. Some of his calls are flat out just
bad.
Not even bad. They're awful.
Yeah, there's worse than bad. As
the David Tyree catch in the Super Bowl.
Tyree caught the ball.
Throws, caught, Tyree. That was the call. Essentially, his voice was the same throughout an entire 15 seconds of a call that was one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history that took down the Giant in New England.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
Or there's always the Randy Moss one.
Oh, God.
Randy Moss scores a touchdown in Green Bay. He's playing for the Vikings. He goes into the end zone and fake moons the crowd.
Yeah.
And Joe Buck has the balls to say that's a disgusting act by Randy Moss when Randy Moss was actually getting real mooned by the Green Bay fans.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Joe Buck.
Joe Buck's bad.
The good thing about Joe Buck, he will admit that, especially that call, he will admit that he doesn't even know what he was doing. He straight up, he said, he was like, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay, so who's 10 since I already named my 10?
My 10 was on ESPN for a time doing college football. Now, I believe he's about ready to take a role on for lead commentator on college football on CBS. That is Brad Nessler.
Oh, yeah, I like Brad Nessler.
I really enjoy Brad Nessler.
My 9 is the guy who who got replaced by Brad Nessler.
Yeah, who retired. Vern.
Vern Lundquist.
I love Vern.
I like Vern Lundquist. He is one of those guys, and
I would have put him on his list, but I considered him retired, so I was just like, eh.
Like, Vern Lundquist, has a very easy to listen to voice.
Oh, absolutely.
And when he gets excited, it's not fake excitement. It's not like Mike Tirico excitement.
The fucking Tiger Woods chip.
Oh God, baby. So who's your 9?
My 9, it does a wide variety of things. Oddly enough, he did Notre Dame football on ESPN.
Okay.
He does swimming during the
30
Olympics.
Years ago.
What's that?
Back when Notre Dame was on ESPN 30 years ago?
No, on NBC. He does it on NBC.
Yeah.
Back when before Mike Tirico does it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dumb.
Before Mike Tirico does everything on NBC.
Yeah. Does swimming during the Olympics and just did the, I think the Open on NBC, and that is Dan Hicks.
I like Dan Hicks.
Dan Hicks is another one of those guys. He's like the broadcasting equivalent of Patrick Stump of Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Like his voice is just so smooth. It's so easy. Kind of like a Vern Lundquist. It's so easy to listen to, and he's never, when he's excited, and there's a big moment happening, he portrays it well.
Oh, my 8, because you just did your 9. Yeah. My 8 is Dick Vitale.
Okay.
I like Dick Vitale.
Yep.
I was reading a article. I just wanted, when I did this list, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to see where other people think about certain broadcasters. Someone had Dick Vitale on their worst.
I can see why.
I can see it.
Some people just don't get that there's this crazy old man calling basketball games.
But there's Marv Albert.
Yeah, motherfucking.
People think Marv Albert's a phenomenal caster.
People think the baby routine. They just don't like it. I love it.
My thing with Dick Vitale, he's that guy that you want calling a big game.
Yeah.
Because he actually is excited and wants to be there for it. He's not. He doesn't he actually wants to be there. He likes basketball. He wants to be there.
Basketball guy.
Yeah. Who's your 8?
My 8. This is the only Tigers or Detroit sports person I put in these lists entirely, other than Pat Millen in a wide sense.
Yeah.
Dan Dickerson. The guy that I wish did Tigers TV games. He is currently on the radio, begrudgingly for me. I wish we could just take those two guys, put them on TV. Put us both him and his partner. Put Dan Dickerson and Jim Price in the booth. Yep. Put Rod Allen and Mario Mpemba on the radio and just say screw it.
Put Rod Allen on the street.
Well, there's that too. But then if we put Rod Allen on the street, then we're gonna be stuck with Craig Monroe in the booth.
Oh God,
you know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd be just. That's just as bad.
Yeah, or we got Kirk Gibson. Yeah. Who would you rather have, Rod Allen or Kirk Gibson?
Moving on.
Yeah. Right.
My 7 is Sir Nick Faldo.
Okay.
I love it when he does golf on CBS with someone else who's actually just right below him on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sir Nick Faldo. I feel like he would be bad with everything else, but when he does golf,
there are those certain sportscasters that just have that one sport that they do well.
Yeah, and obviously was a very good golfer.
Yes.
He captures the game perfectly when just like Vern Lundquist does with football. Who's your 6? Or 7?
My 7 is probably not on a lot of people's lists. I don't even know. I'd love to get the Canadian perspective on this one. It is the voice of Hockey Night in Canada these days, Jim Hewson.
Okay.
He does all the big games. He does the Stanley Cup on CBC.
CBC, yeah.
I love him. He's just, again, one of those guys that's got a voice that I think is easy to listen to.
Yep.
Isn't afraid to throw a little joke in there from time to time. He points out things that other casters don't.
Yeah,
I like him. He is sometimes, if it's not Doc Emmerich on NBC, which means it's usually Kenny Albert or something like that. Yeah. Well, at least it's not Marv.
Oh God, yeah. Well,
but yeah, if
Marv
it's not
Albert talking hockey would be freaking.
Oh my God.
I feel like I would actually. They showed this goal!
And he's gonna keel over and die.
Yeah.
That's what I feel about Marv Albert, is that he is in a constant state of frog in the throat.
Yeah.
Christ.
So my 6 is the Everything Man from CBS. Does literally everything for CBS at one point or another.
Yes, everything.
Everything.
Everything sports-wise, yes.
He does football. He does golf, basketball. Everything.
Everything
that CBS Sports has. Jim Nantz. Jim Nantz could be good at literally anything that you put him at.
Very true.
And it helps that he has good people who are good with him in the booth.
Well, got Tony Romo coming.
Yeah. Who did he have this fucking
Phil Simms.
Yeah, Phil Simms.
Which people hate Phil Simms. I don't
hate Phil Simms. He's a neutral guy for me. He's not terrible. He's just he's there.
There are people that when he was replaced for Madden, because it was Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here for a while. When they were replaced with Madden and they brought in the other guys, Charles Davis and Brandon Gaudin.
Yeah.
People were so excited. I don't know. I was I enjoyed Phil Simms and especially Jim Nantz. I enjoyed Jim Nantz more.
I love Jim. Jim Nantz is another person. Great TV voice. He'd probably even be good on radio too.
He'd be great on radio.
So who's your 6?
Speaking of guys that do radio, my guy does a lot of different things. He does some radio work for some big games. With Westwood One and stuff like that. That is Kevin Harlan. Now, I know he nearly made your worst.
Yeah. He would have been towards the 8, 9, 10 range.
I enjoy Kevin Harlan. I don't know. Well, I don't know what it is about his calls. The when the big dunks, the up highs and the down hards. I like those.
My thing with Kevin Harlan, the more I think about it, he is more just a neutral guy again. How I feel about Phil Simms.
Right.
I don't watch a lot of NBA.
I'll watch it if Kevin Harlan's.
Wow, understandable. Kevin Harlan, when it comes to college basketball, it just isn't
Yeah, because I feel like when he does the NBA, he knows the player's personality a little bit more.
Yeah, there is that.
In college, you don't necessarily get that, especially because he doesn't, because
he only
calls the tournament.
Yeah. And I think that's why I don't really like him as much.
Yeah.
When he does college basketball, because he only calls like 3 games, 4 games. Like,
he
calls like 4 games. Like, okay, you're gonna call if you're calling college basketball. Like, college basketball is one of those things, and like I said, he didn't make mine on either side. He's again more just a neutral. When you're calling a sport, you need to know, like, you kind of have to have an idea of it.
You would think.
Which is where now we're getting into my 5.
I feel like our top 5 is going to be very similar. Very similar again.
My 5th, Brent Musburger. Speaking of someone who just knows about football and is good with football.
What he primarily did was college football.
Yeah, and he still does it for freaking ESPN. He's now on like.
He's on the SEC network. I don't know, or did he just recently retire? I don't know.
I don't think he retired, but my 5 is Brent Musburger. Very good. I'm sad that Chris Fowler replaced him on fucking.
I would watch Saturday night football games for Brent Musburger and Kirk Herbstreit. A little less for Kirk Herbstreit, but those two together were good. Man, Brent Musburger.
I remember when Ohio State and Nebraska played this year.
Yes.
And freaking Nebraska's quarterback, whoever it was, Tommy Armstrong.
Yes.
Took this really hard hit on the sideline. It was something where, the thing that made me just like laugh on Twitter. For those of you who don't really know, again, Samantha Ponder was the sideline reporter. She's married to Vikings quarterback Christian Ponder.
I don't think he's a Vikings quarterback.
I don't think he's a Vikings quarterback anymore.
But that's what you would know him if you know who Christian Ponder is.
Yeah, exactly. She was on the sideline crying.
Right.
And this was
I remember that.
Like this huge freaking hit.
Oh, that hit was...
Tommy Armstrong was laying out cold on the ground for like 5-10 minutes.
I think longer.
And Chris Fowler had no emotion whatsoever.
No.
He was just,
yeah, well, this is still going.
That's pretty much what it was. He may as well have just said that.
Yeah. Well, he's still on the ground. God
and
damn.
Kirk Herbstreit in the booth with him, you could tell he was not having a good time with it. And Samantha Ponder was on the field crying, pretty much, because for someone like Samantha Ponder or even Kirk Herbstreit, like that's
a personal thing.
That's a personal thing.
Kirk Herbstreit played quarterback. Sam Ponder's married to one.
Yeah, and then you have Chris Fowler there. Well, we're gonna go to commercial.
Chris Fowler was probably a kicker.
Chris Fowler bunted.
That's right.
Chris Fowler. Well, we're gonna go to commercial break.
He's still here.
Does he have a pulse?
This injury timeout is sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
We're gonna go to commercial.
Yeah, right.
Comes back from commercial. They cut to Sam Ponder, who is still crying.
Yeah.
Like, you have Chris Fowler. We're back, and Tommy Armstrong is still on the ground. Let's go to Sam Ponder. The camera cuts to Sam Ponder, who is still crying and visibly upset. And she says something, and then Chris Fowler. Yep, this could be a bad injury. Okay, so
God, he's terrible.
That's part of the reason why I like Brent Musburger.
Yes.
He puts emotion into it. We went through that entire thing just for me to describe why I like Brent Musburger. He has emotion in his voice when he calls games. And it's not fake emotion.
And some of his, all of his calls are just like legendary.
Yeah.
Like, he called the big games. He made good calls. He said the right things. He did all.
And he has a very recognizable voice.
And people, I hated that people were getting on him so bad for being the creepy old man that was hitting on Catherine Webb back when AJ McCarron was in college.
Yeah,
that was. I mean,
that was a little weird.
It was weird, but at the same time, it wasn't like he fucking just said, "Oh man, wish I could find a room back in this booth."
Right.
You know, he never said anything like that. He was just calling her a beautiful lady over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little creepy, but not, it could have been worse.
Yeah, because it's just this creepy old white dude up in the booth That's what everyone.
Yeah. Who's your 5?
My number 5. We're back to the NASCAR guys.
Oh God.
Yeah, right. No, this one's good. This one's good.
This is a good one. Yeah, you're
Mike
right. So.
Joy does the I guess you could call it play-by-play. Is the lead commentator for NASCAR on Fox. Has again one of those easy voices to listen to, and he does it. His excitement is a lot better than Rick Allen's. See, if you're gonna scream during a broadcast, you should at least not be like this into the mic. Yeah, like Rick Allen screams, and then but he still uses the same voice, believe it or not.
Yeah, he does.
And then there's guys like further down the list that just lose their mind, and I love it. But Mike Joy is just the old school professional guy. He's like the Vern Lundquist of NASCAR, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So my 4. Now we're starting to get into the good ones.
We're getting into the good ones that I think we're going to overlap a lot
for the most part.
Yeah.
Gus Johnson. There are a lot of people who don't like him for soccer.
Understandable.
I think Gus Johnson, and he only calls a handful of games. Mm-hmm. He calls Champions League games.
Right.
And I love soccer. But soccer, especially once you get to the Champions League level, soccer gets to can be a build. You have 80 minutes of build up for 10 minutes of action.
Yep.
Gus Johnson, especially once you get to that final 15, 20 minutes, is perfect for it. And that's why I like him.
Yep.
Especially for soccer. I can understand some people don't like him for soccer because of the other 60 minutes before or 70 minutes before the last 20.
Yeah.
But
when it gets down to crunch time.
When it gets down to those last 20 minutes where it is really exciting and you're sitting there like, okay, who the fuck's going to score? What are we going to have here? Gus Johnson's perfect for it. And he's good with basketball and football too.
I miss him doing March Madness, man.
Yeah.
He made...
I wish he wasn't on Fox for football.
They said, Gus Johnson's like, he is March Madness, pretty much. I mean, he's screaming his head off. He's loving it.
He's like Fox's Dick Vitale when it comes to basketball.
Yeah, like, why is he there? He should be doing the tournament?
Yeah. Exactly.
Instead, I have to watch the Big East tournament so I can get a little bit of Gus Johnson for basketball.
Right. I'm glad, as much as I hate Fox Sports when it comes to college football, I'm glad he does the Big Ten championship.
Oh, you better... he better get the assignment for Michigan, Ohio State. If Gus Johnson is not calling that game, let's be honest, he will be. What are the big games in the Big Ten are happening that week?
Right? None.
I mean, it's called the game for a reason.
It is the only game in the Big Ten that will matter that week.
It might be the biggest game of the year, depending on what Michigan does.
It's quite possible whoever wins that game
is going to the championship.
Is going to the Big Ten championship, obviously. Absolutely. And most likely will win the Big Ten championship. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, because the East or the West actually sucks.
The West is an atrocity.
The West has Wisconsin and nobody else.
And they have Nebraska. Nebraska's not bad.
They're not bad, but they're not good.
Until, They're
not Ohio State and Michigan good.
Nebraska's not bad until, Ohio State linebacker Chris Worley comes in and gives him a concussion on accident. Who's your 4?
Also Gus Johnson, actually, so we can just elaborate farther on Gus Johnson.
He's good.
He's perfect. I will watch just compilations of his calls for any sport. Like, how often do you find an announcer? He's kind of like a Jim Nantz guy that's good at everything he does. He's great at college basketball,
football.
He's great at college football. He's great at just football.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He could probably make
the lines he has.
He could probably make a Lions game exciting.
I would love if he called NFL games more often.
You would love if he called Lions games instead of freaking Chris Spielman and fucking whoever else is in there with him.
I like when we get. I don't mind Tom Brenneman.
Okay.
But when Chris Spielman gets Lions games, I hate it.
I like Chris Spielman.
We've been getting just shit commentators for a while.
Chris Spielman's bad. For someone who's a great player like Chris Spielman was,
yeah,
he's bad when it comes to announcement.
Yeah, we get like Tom Brenneman. We used to get God, I can't even remember his name. The old guy.
Oh God, I know who you're talking about.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember his name either. But either way,
thank God he doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, my 3. Unless you have any more on Gus Johnson.
I think we've covered Gus Johnson well.
Yeah. Matty Vasgersian is at 3 for me. When it comes to he has in my opinion, most iconic voice in baseball.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the most iconic voice in baseball, but he should.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the most iconic voice because he doesn't play. He doesn't do the big games.
Yeah.
But voice-wise, because fucking Joe Buck gets
because Joe Buck gets the calls. Remember, everyone, and we've been doing this for 30 minutes, 40 minutes almost. Everything goes back to Joe Buck.
Yes.
Everything negative about sportscasting goes to Joe Buck
because he single-handedly, because of his dad, gets this job at Fox.
Yeah.
And is allowed to... He's going to be there until he retires. Joe Buck's probably got 15, 20 years left in him.
Unfortunately.
We can only hope he gets better.
Another thing about Joe Buck, if this somehow ever makes it to you, shave that fucking goatee.
Oh, the goatee on Joe Buck's bad.
It's bad. Okay, so as I was saying, Matt Vasgersian.
Matty V.
Love him. In my opinion, best voice in baseball.
Yes.
Or national baseball, I should say. Realistically should be the, and probably most recognizable voice other than, Joe Buck.
Most recognizable, yeah.
Most recognizable good voice.
Yeah, good voice.
Okay, who's your 3?
My 3, and I think we alternated here on 2 and 3, if I remember correctly. My 3 is, unfortunately, banished to Baltimore Orioles games right now. But he did the NHL on ESPN and ABC for a while, about 15 years ago, with, I think, one of the... And I probably should have put this guy as an honorable mention. The only reason I didn't is because he doesn't do anything anymore. He disappeared. He fucking had a black hole. Gary Thorne, and, of course, the color guy that he worked with Bill Clement. I think they were perfect.
Amazing.
Oh, my God. Just Gary Thorne... His voice is just so dramatic most of the time. It's beautiful.
He's got this phenomenal voice.
And then
and Clement does too.
Yes, Bill Clement was he was Bill Clement was he had incredible lines too, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
No color guys except one in about every sport are ones that you've memorized. And that you want to be in the booth when you're watching a game. Yeah. And Bill Clement, I think, was that for me.
My 2 is Gary Thorne. Again, to elaborate, all I can say is, Gary, please come back. You can blame it all on Joe Buck.
NBC, please let the rights go for hockey and let it go back to ESPN and bring back Gary Thorne.
Please.
Our luck, that wouldn't happen, and we get stuck with
no.
Levy and Barry Melrose.
I don't mind Levy and Melrose.
I like Barry Melrose. I don't like Levy's play-by-play.
Oh, no, Levy's play-by-play.
I remember when he got a couple Michigan games this year.
I'm sorry for that.
Levy did, and it was awful.
All I'm going to say
forced excitement
is I feel like if NBC ever lets go of the freaking rights to NHL...
Gary Thorne needs to be the commentator.
A, that. B, I think it probably would end up going.
Probably so.
We would have Joe Buck for fucking hockey.
I heard him do hockey. He was on a St. Louis Blues broadcast one time, just getting interviewed. And they were like, oh, you want to take over for a second? And he's like, yeah, sure. Buck in the corner.
So all I could say to build off of what he said about Gary Thorne, please come back.
Please come back, Gary.
You can blame it all on Joe Buck.
Right.
It was probably Joe Buck's fault somehow.
It always is.
Somehow Joe Buck is at fault. Joe Buck's at fault for being a lack of trades to talk about and why we have to spend freaking almost an hour on this list.
But that's fine.
Who's your 2? I know who your 2 is.
My 2 is one that he's already elaborated on. Matt Vasgersian.
Was that my 3?
Yep. Love him. Wish he'd do national games. I think...
Wish Joe Buck go away so we can have Matt Vasgersian.
Yeah, I think him and John Smoltz are like the perfect combination. They're beautiful. Not Matt Vasgersian and who does the MLB The Show commentary? Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac. Plesac the goofball.
That's all I can say about Plesac.
So bad.
Okay, and our one is the same.
Yes.
You want to lead us with it?
Sure. That is none other than Mike Doc Emmerich.
Phenomenal.
Who is, when ESPN lost the rights to hockey and NBC took over.
Yeah.
You're like, shit. No more Gary Thorne.
Yeah.
Doc Emmerich, for the first couple years, wasn't as good, and I didn't like him as much.
Yeah, no.
He didn't completely lose it sometimes, which is what I love Doc Emmerich for. Like, he fucking loses his mind during games, and it's great. And but then now, like, I mean, he takes the big moments and runs with them. He's perfect in them. He's perfect for any big game. He's the best.
Doc Emmerich is, I think, behind Gary Thorne, probably the best voice in hockey.
Probably so.
All I could say. I wish Gary Thorne wasn't banished to the fucking Orioles.
Baltimore Orioles.
The mediocre Baltimore Orioles at best.
Right.
Okay, so before we get into what little MLB trades we have,
not many.
On what was supposed to be more
next week.
Next week's got.
We're gonna have a whole fucking trade recap because the deadline deals are gonna be nuts. I have nothing to break at the moment. Which is sad.
Do you have anything to break?
No.
Before we get into that,
Tigers shit.
I want to as a Cavs fan, I want to talk about the dog. Stop with the bottle, dog, for fuck's sake. Snag that from her, maybe.
It's on the other side. Out.
Want to real quick, go over the as we try and chase a bottle from my fucking dog. Hey, we won.
Get off me.
The Kyrie Irving debacle, real quick. Dog, stop. Go lay down. Real quick,
Let me just stick my face up in here.
Right? I want to go over the Kyrie Irving debacle real quick. Because... Excuse me. I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed.
A little bit.
Kyrie Irving is the second best player on the second best team in the NBA right now. And it's not close.
No.
The Warriors are here. The Cavs are here.
Where's the rest of the NBA? In the basement?
The camera won't cover where the rest of the NBA is.
Yeah. It's way down there.
Let's put it this way. Warriors, Cavs, Spurs.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
NBA's in a sad state.
See, that's all I gotta say. So, and with LeBron leaving next year, and the Cavs most likely going back to straight mediocrity. Oblivion, non-existent. Can you really fault Kyrie for wanting to leave? Exactly.
No.
Like, after this upcoming NBA season, which, because the Cavs didn't have a GM, I mean they did. His name was LeBron James.
Yeah. Well, and let's be honest, they do have a GM now, but it's still LeBron.
Yeah. They made no attempt to get better. The only people they've signed, and they got a freaking steal out of it, only person I should say, they signed is Derrick Rose.
Talking about. We have something! So I
just want to go on real quick. Not surprised. Kyrie most people in Cleveland or most fans of the Cavs, we love you. Thank you for sticking with the team through, 4 years, 5 years before after he was drafted, before LeBron came back? I believe.
3 years?
3, 4 years, something like that. Thank you for sticking through at least 3 years of complete mediocrity and winning 20, 30 games at best. And then thank you for the 3 years you've given us if you end up leaving. That's all I gotta say. I'm sad to see you go, but it needed to happen at some point. It was gonna happen. The writing's been on the wall for a while. However, also, on that note, Dan Gilbert, go fuck yourself. Dan Gilbert, everyone in Cleveland hates you. Go fuck yourself.
He's going to be a Detroit problem if we get an MLS team.
I'm okay with that. He can be your problem.
I don't want him!
I wouldn't want him either, but he can be your problem. Okay, so, MLB trade talk, guys! Woo!
Small MLB trades.
Yeah, 3 of them. Because we just had one.
Trade just broke literally 10 minutes ago. I just got the notification from ESPN. It is another Rays trade.
Them Rays, baby. The
Rays.
They're making moves to try and compete. We'll go over standings here in a minute after we talk trades.
It's another reliever because they just got Sergio Romo the other day for fucking catch considerations.
We'll talk about that trade. Go with this one, then we'll get to the Romo trade.
Okay. Dan Jennings from the White Sox. I thought he was a Marlin. Oh no, that was their stupid manager. Oh, that was that GM that was like, oh, I'm gonna fire the manager and then become the manager myself. That's easy. I got it.
Yeah.
And then ended up getting fired from both positions.
Right.
Yep. Dan Jennings from the White Sox for first base prospect Casey Gillespie. Like I said, it's a small one.
Oh God. The White Sox are just picking more prospects. 4 or 5 years, the White Sox, man.
Oh God,
that could be a scary team.
The wrong Sox are gonna kick us in the ass.
That could be a very scary team. Or there is the potential that nothing can manifest out of it.
Hell,
well,
we know Moncada's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's good. That's a scary team. They got another reliever. You said okay. So.
Oh, there was one trade that did happen overnight that was sort of a big deal.
Okay.
Pat Neshek trade.
I didn't hear about that one.
From the Phillies. Let's see here.
The Phillies were. Of course the Phillies were selling. They're freaking 0 and a bit. They're 8.8.
They might as well be 1 and 161 by the season's over.
Right.
Yeah, Neshek, reliever from the Phillies for infielder Jose Gomez, right-handed pitcher J.D. Hammer. And right-handed pitcher Alejandro Renquina.
Who?
I don't know. But the Rockies get some bullpen help, so there's that.
Okay.
So a couple bullpen trades.
The Rockies are in a position where they need that. Need some bullpen help. Okay, so we got those 2 trades that happened last night, and then Saturday, and then the biggest one Saturday. The Dodgers traded Sergio Romo.
Oh God.
And cash considerations.
Yes.
Both Sergio Romo and cash considerations to the Rays for a player to be named later, which most likely will probably suck.
Most times.
Or cash considerations. Obviously, last week we went through 5 players to be named later. That was really good. This trade, the Dodgers-Rays trade, that ended up getting Sergio Romo to the Rays, clearly the Rays won that trade.
Oh, yes. I think so.
The Dodgers...
unless the player to be named later turns out to be,
the next David Ortiz.
Yes.
Because obviously the cash isn't going to help you. The Dodgers are 71 and 31. The Dodgers are 40 games above 500.
And yet they want to get better.
And they're trading away a reliever for cash consideration. Yep. Granted, there's not much the Rays have. So again, like I said, the Rays clearly won this trade. However, let's talk about one other thing. You're trading cash considerations for cash considerations.
What? Why don't you just figure out the difference?
Thank you.
No, I'll tell you what happened.
They just
both teams had a whole bunch of those Where's George bills. that they just wanted to send around to different places.
Different places?
Yeah.
See where they can end up.
Yeah. The Dodgers and Rays must have a stake in, like, the Where's George website.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
The Dodgers owner and the Rays owner, yo, we have to get more. We have to get this website doing better than it is. What do we do? Trade cash considerations for cash.
That's what it was. Sergio Romo was just part of the deal.
Yeah. And then the Giants, another team in a position to sell desperately.
Oh man, they're bad.
I want to talk about that in a minute. After we go through stuff. Eduardo Nunez to the Red Sox for right-handed pitchers Gregory Santos and Sean Anderson. Who the hell are those two?
I don't know.
Another trade, the Red Sox only one game above the Yankees right now. Good trade that the Red Sox clearly won. Nunez is batting .308 with 4 home runs.
Somehow.
Yeah. 31 RBI in 18.
This is Eduardo Nunez.
Yeah. I mean, it's a trade that the Red Sox did win, though. You're getting someone who, for some miracle, is able to hit this year.
All of a sudden, Eduardo Nunez has been on like 5 teams.
I know.
Like, he was a Twin, then he was a Yankee, then he was a Giant. I think I'm forgetting a team.
I feel like he was somewhere else, too. Okay, let's real quick go through standings. This is going to be a fun time.
Now, are those current? Are those today?
Yeah, these were as of this morning, just before you got here. All right.
I'll pull them up as well.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to start with the AL East. We're going to go a little bit more into this, see who may buy, may sell. Boston, the Red Sox are leading the AL East at 56-47. I also have records down because once you get into the West in both divisions, things get weird because how many games a team is back does not tell the story.
No.
Boston 56-47 lead the East. Yankees are 1 game behind at 53-46. The Yankees are actually leading the series against Boston so far.
Yeah, I believe those two teams are like neck and neck, man.
Yeah, Yankees will may buy at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Tampa Bay 2.5.
Oh, what? They already did. They got Todd Frazier.
Yeah, they got the Todd father.
The Todd father's on their side.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're guaranteed to win the World Series now.
Yes.
Tampa Bay, already seen 2. They've bought twice already. Wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. 53-49, 2.5 back with Boston. The Orioles.
Somehow.
Yeah. The Orioles, they're probably selling. They're 48-53. Really, they're 7 games back. I don't foresee them doing a whole lot.
No.
If anything, they sell. Toronto, 8 games back, 47-54.
That's bad.
That is bad. It's not as bad as some teams.
Not as bad as the Tigers.
Yeah. No. 2 games better than 2 more wins than the Tigers. Yes. 8 games back. If they do anything, they're selling. Yeah. Rolling into the Central. You don't want to talk about this.
Oh, God.
The Indians at 54-45, 9 games above 500. They lead the division. They'll probably buy. Let's be honest, they're gonna buy.
Either they're gonna buy or just stand pat.
Yeah,
I don't think they'd probably stand pat. I mean, especially with the Royals making the push that they're making.
However,
Royals won 8 straight. Cleveland won 6 straight.
Yeah.
So.
However, let's be honest. I would not be surprised if in Cleveland and just Indians fashion, for some reason, they fucking decide to sell. I wouldn't put it past them. I would be very unsurprised.
Oh, God.
And if they sold, I might just cry. If they get rid of one player and all they get back is a fucking prospect or cash considerations or something.
Bag of baseballs.
Bag of baseballs.
Yeah.
I would rather have a bag of baseballs than cash considerations.
Would you though? I don't know.
Than cash considerations? Yes.
At least the baseballs are something physical.
The baseballs are a tangible thing. And the way Edwin's hitting baseballs right now, we might need more.
God damn.
The Royals, game and a half back of the Indians at 53-47. Again, like you said, they've won 8 straight.
8 straight, yes.
Royals
and
are going to buy.
Demolished the Tigers.
Oh God, 16-2.
16-4.
4. All I'm going to say is.
Glad I didn't watch.
Yeah, that I was trying to think of something else to say. I mean,
right.
Andrew Romine got 2 outs.
Yeah, man, I missed Romine pitching. I was asleep.
That's all I can say is Romine got 2 outs. Romine did better than Bruce Rendon.
That's not shocking. I put Andrew Romine in the bullpen. He cannot be any worse.
Wait, he can't. You're right.
He can't be any worse. Like literally, we had no chance to win that game though. Let's be real.
No.
Anibal Sanchez started, and it started early.
3 innings.
Yeah, it was
3 and a half.
I saw the notifications. It was 4-0 by the 3rd inning, and it just continued to get worse because nobody could get outs.
Yeah,
that's just what the Tigers do.
And then Romine was able to get 2 outs.
Yeah!
Romine got...
Seriously, anytime he pitches, it's like, oh.
Romine got more outs than Bruce Rendon. Granted, Bruce Rendon got ejected because he can't control a fucking fastball.
This is true.
He doesn't know where the strike zone is, and he hit fucking... He hit Eric Hosmer in the back.
Off topic a minute. Did you saw the Adrian Beltre ejection, did you not?
Yeah. I mean,
is that not the stupidest thing you've ever seen on a baseball field?
It was Adrian Beltre being Adrian Beltre.
Exactly.
He's done that for a
harmless joke, he got ejected. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Adrian Beltre was standing outside the on-deck circle.
Yeah.
Which the on-deck circle is literally just a mat anyway.
Yeah.
So Adrian Beltre was asked to get back in the on-deck circle. Adrian Beltre then moved the on-deck circle.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's a mat that you can drag.
Yeah.
He takes it, drags it over, and gets ejected.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say, that is Adrian Beltre doing Adrian Beltre stuff.
Yes!
I love Adrian Beltre.
And there's no harm in it.
I love Adrian Beltre.
Yeah.
I think Adrian Beltre is a phenomenal player.
Yes.
And he's just so fun to watch. I really wish we got more Texas Ranger games.
Right.
But or at least Texas Ranger games that didn't have Joe Buck. Back to Joe Buck again.
Oh God. Everything goes back to Joe Buck. Everything sports related is just like, fuck.
This podcast, we should just name our podcast the Fuck You Joe Buck podcast.
Lovely.
See how long it takes before we get sued.
Right.
I mean, he can't sue us for defamation because he already sucks.
Yeah, right.
Everyone hates him.
Yeah, the entire world would have to be sued for defamation on Joe Buck.
Yeah, he'd have to sue literally everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was stupid. I have not seen a batter that stands actually in the on-deck circle.
No.
I have seen...
It doesn't matter!
At one point, I saw Justin Upton behind the fucking umpire! Warming up! Which is
a problem, less because he's behind the umpire.
Yeah.
If he's behind the umpire, was this at Comerica Park, or where was it?
I can't remember.
Because if it was at Comerica Park, they slant the camera. Yeah. It's not straight on in center field. So he really is straight behind the umpire.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen... Why is it a big deal where the on-deck circle is? Our third base coach, Dave Clark, stands halfway down the line.
Yeah.
He's not in the coaching box. The on-deck circle is a suggestion.
Yeah.
Apparently, the umpires don't think so.
Apparently,
the strike zone's a suggestion, but the on-deck circle isn't.
Yeah. So yeah. Back to what we're... Oh, yeah, freaking Rendon got ejected last night, so that's part of the reason why Romine had more outs, but...
Wow, but still...
I mean, Bruce Rendon got ejected because he fucking hit someone in the back.
I haven't even watched the condensed game yet. It's gonna be
It was bad.
I
saw highlights on ESPN.
Oh,
They weren't highlights.
They were lowlights big time.
Even if you were a Royals fan, they weren't highlights. There was a freaking wild pitch. Andrew Romine had a wild pitch, or someone had a wild pitch.
Fuck, does Romine have a wild pitch? Romine has one pitch.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fastball. He literally just should throw.
Yeah, and it missed. Bad.
Goddamn.
And they're runners on first and second.
Of course.
Runners on first and second just watch the ball. They don't even move. They just watch the ball go to the backstop.
Well, with a 16-4 scoreline, I guess it's not totally surprising.
Yeah, they're just like, Why bother?
Pretty much.
So, Royals will buy at a game and a half back of
Yes.
the Indians, which they're winning now, too.
Yeah.
Twins at 5.5 back, 49-51.
They've already kind of bought.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they've lost 4 straight. They're now under 500. I knew the Twins couldn't keep up in the division anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, they are under 5.
Yeah, 49-51.
Yeah.
Just barely. 5.5 games back. They've lost 4 straight.
Yeah.
3-7 in the last 10.
Yeah.
They've already bought, but they've already potentially thought about, because they just traded for Jaime Garcia. They've already thought about trading him.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, that's so,
I don't know, like the
that's
Twins,
so Twinkies.
I don't know what to say about the Twins. I wouldn't be surprised if they sold. I wouldn't be surprised if they bought.
Oh god.
They're one of those teams.
I don't pay attention to the snack cakes.
Yeah. The Tigers 9.5 back, 10 games under 500. All I can say for the Tigers, and this isn't because I'm an Indians fan. This is just as a baseball fan and someone who watches a lot of baseball.
Oh yeah.
The Tigers, they're not looking to get any better with the contracts of Justin Verlander, Justin Upton, and Miguel Cabrera.
I can deal with the Upton contract.
I was gonna say that one.
The Upton contract is paying off.
Yeah,
he's having a really good year.
There was a tweet that you quoted earlier today. Maybe it was late last night. I think you know which one I'm probably talking about because I have it queued up right here. I'm not gonna name any names.
Oh,
this one. It was
God!
Tigers fans talking about the Mikey Maddox trade.
So
you want to talk about it, or you want me to?
I'll just give a little background.
Okay.
So the account.
I just want to read the one tweet.
Yeah. So this tweet was coming about from a tweet by Bless You Boys, which is the Tigers SB Nation Twitter account.
Yeah.
So the background, the first tweet was that this was a reply to was, so this Mikey Matuk trade seems to be working out.
Yeah.
Which it is. I think Mikey's doing good stuff for us. He's getting on base. He's playing good defense for the most part.
Yeah.
So somebody replies with that.
Maddox is fourth out, not the fourth, is fourth.
I'll give him a benefit of the doubt on that part of the trade because you are limited to 140 characters.
Yeah. Fourth outfielder at best. Most of us will be dead before Tigers are top 10 in salary again. It's all money from now on. We're not the Astros.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming it's we're and not we're not the Astros.
Yeah, we're not the Astros.
I just want to highlight something. I want to highlight the second sentence. Most of us will be dead before Tigers are top 10 in salary.
They're top 10 in salary now!
Yeah!
We have one of the highest payrolls in baseball!
And most of your money is going to a glorified DH, but...
Oh, a vast majority of it, yes.
And a pitcher...
Miguel Cabrera and Justin Verlander
and
take
an aging pitcher who is
almost half of our salary, I'm pretty sure.
An aging pitcher who is very inconsistent.
Who's starting to become inconsistent.
Yeah. I just think it's funny. Most of us will be dead before Tigers are top 10 in salary again.
Yeah. Bless You Boys just responded with, what? Like, what did you just say? What does that even mean?
We're already top 10 in salary.
I mean, there's just so many things wrong with this trade. Matuk is fourth outfielder at best. Well, he's playing like our second best outfielder right now.
Yeah.
Because who's he competing with? He's competing with Justin Upton, who is by far, Justin Upton's having a great year offensively, defensively. He's having a great year. Competing with Tyler Collins and Alex Presley.
Yeah.
Who Presley's doing good as well, but I'd still put Montauk ahead of him. Mikey's having a great year. And Alex Presley's like 32, 33 years old, I want to say. Yeah, maybe 31. I think he's 31.
I just think it's funny. Most of us will be dead before the Tigers are top 10 in salary again.
Yeah.
They already are in top 10 in salary. And secondly, what does being top 10 in salary?
Top 10 in salary means nothing. Look at the Dodgers.
That's not relevant.
Look at the Dodgers. They ditched all their salary, and all of a sudden they're good again.
Yeah, like being top 10 in salary is irrelevant.
Honestly, it's a terrible, terrible thing.
Especially in like the Tigers again, an aging pitcher who is relatively inconsistent in Justin Verlander, and a glorified fucking DH.
How much you want to bet if you looked at the top 10 in payroll right now? How many of those teams are under 500? Probably a decent bit of them.
Probably a decent amount of them. Yeah.
Because the Tigers, I know they're terrible.
Giants are.
Giants are probably top 10 in payroll. They got a lot of veterans,
especially with freaking Mad Bum there.
Yeah.
No. Well, I want to talk about that and just the Giants in general. Once we get to them.
Right.
So yeah, as I was saying though, I just wanted to highlight that tweet because I saw it this morning.
Couldn't believe that.
I saw it this morning. I just had to laugh.
I saw it last night and retweeted it. Quoted it this morning.
I saw it and I was just like, I saw it when you quoted it and I just had to laugh. I was like, as I was setting up for the podcast, I saw it. I was just like,
I tried to make sense of it in my head and I'm just thinking.
I couldn't. I was just like.
And I'm like, you're touching on about 3 or 4 different issues here, man.
Yeah.
None of them make sense. But Mikey Montauk's not our 4th best outfielder. Top 10 in payroll. For one, we're already there. Yeah. If you're talking about in the future, once we trade everyone away, getting back to top 10 in payroll shouldn't be a goal.
No.
Like most of us will be dead before we're top 10 in payroll again. Great.
And salary.
Fantastic. Yeah. That means you're drafting well.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
But as I was saying, I don't think the Tigers are going to get much better. Especially like the Upton contract, okay, that's a good contract because he's paying off still.
He is paying off right now,
but
and he's still, oddly enough, Justin Upton's been on a couple teams already.
Yeah,
he's still relatively young.
Yeah,
he's just about to hit 30. I think.
30, so yeah, early 30s, something like that. Like,
oh my god!
But when you're paying as much money as you are to a glorified DH, and Miguel Cabrera, you don't have a third baseman. You have Nick Castillo.
We have one. He's just not very good.
Well, no, you have that freaking.
Oh, Lugo?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's going to be in the minors for at least 2 years, I'm thinking.
Less so. All I'm going to say.
Prospect of the week in the Tigers organization last week, though.
Not really saying much.
Well, it means he's better than what we have, and that's a.
He's better than what we got now.
He's better than the farm systems currently, and the farm systems right now are really, really bad.
Yeah. And then Verlander. I think the only way, unless Verlander wants to go the freaking I think the only way Verlander can prolong his career is that he has to go to the bullpen.
I don't know if it's to that point yet because a lot of his starts are. They're asking too much of him. They're asking him to go 1 run or less in all of his starts because this team cannot score runs for him.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
In 8 innings, in 8 or 9 innings.
Yeah, they're asking him to go out there and throw 120 pitches and allow 2 runs or less every game. Yeah, and because this team, the days we come out and score some runs on offense, which is becoming few and far between these days.
He scored 4 last night.
4 would be good enough to win most Justin Verlander starts.
Yeah. You scored 4 last night, you just happened to give up 16.
Well, yeah, that's a product of Anibal Sanchez starting.
That's a product of just the Tigers pitching staff.
Oh my.
Other than freaking Verlander and Mike Fulmer.
Yep.
Brian Zimmer.
Yes.
But yeah, the Tigers, they have to sell.
I think so. I think they probably will.
You're at a point when you're 9.5 back, and granted, We still have all of August and September.
But 9.5. When I made my prediction of when they were 6 back,
yeah,
when they were starting to get hot again, they had had a winning road trip.
Yeah.
Right before the JD Martinez trade, and I said, I said that they could feasibly come back, win the division. I predicted World Series, but that was over the top. But I predicted division first, obviously, and then they continued to lose games. So now you're borderline 10. You're 10 games out. You're 10 games behind 500, below 500.
Yep.
The Indians and Royals are
not
getting
losing.
hot. The Indians won 6 straight. Royals won 8 straight. You're not going anywhere, and you're not going to go anywhere in the future unless you get rid of these big name contracts now.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, because Verlander is under contract for a couple more years.
Yeah.
I think until 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, Miguel Cabrera is signed through his age 42 season. He's 33.
And all I want to say, last night, freaking the Indians shelled the.
Yes, they did.
10-4.
Yes.
The night before was a little more sketchy. Let's highlight the
Edwin
Indians.
saved you.
Oh, yeah. Let's highlight Indians games real quick as the Indians are getting ready to first pitch in about 40 minutes. Let's highlight Indians
Tigers
games.
had the day off, thank God.
Thank God. Let's just highlight the Indians games now that they're back home. And they start a series against the freaking White Sox tomorrow.
Right.
All I have to say is the Indians are playing the White Sox. How do you think that's gonna go?
Not well.
Let's get off the Tigers real quick. Before I highlight this, the White Sox are 14.5 back, 20 games below 500. They've already sold.
Yes, they have already sold, and they've already done a really good job of it.
Yeah, and they're looking good. Let's highlight the Indians games. Obviously, I mean, they lost after the All-Star break. They lost 3 to Oakland.
Right.
Somehow. Lost 2 of 3 to the Giants by a miracle. And the 2 that they lost to the Giants were 1-run games.
Right.
Then last Friday against Toronto, 13-3.
Figure.
2-1 against Toronto last Saturday. Okay, close game. That was the day Stroman was pitching.
Yes.
The 23rd, they won 8-1. This past Monday, 6-2 on the Reds. Reds are bad. Tuesday, I mean, it was saved by freaking Edwin with a grand slam in the 11th and won 11-7.
Man, I was starting to the Edwin Encarnacion deal is starting to scare me.
I would be scared.
Well, I've honestly been scared of Edwin Encarnacion ever since in franchise mode in MLB I allowed 5 home runs to Edwin Encarnacion in the first series I played with the Indians this year.
Oh, God.
The next series, I intentionally walked him every time. I'm not letting you beat me.
Last night, they shelled the freaking Angels 10-4. And they have a game against the Angels tonight.
Yep.
And then they play 3 against the White Sox in Chicago. I'm just saying that's the White Sox series. White Sox, they don't have to deal with Quintana. Indians have sometimes struggled with Quintana. Oddly
enough, the Tigers never really... I mean, he's obviously good. We were able to beat Quintana more than I think I expected to.
Yeah. Yeah, the Indians struggle against Quintana every now and then, which worries me.
Yeah.
In the event it's another Cubs-Indians World Series. But
hey, on the bright side, they don't have Aroldis Chapman this time. Actually, that might not be a bright side for you guys, considering you
fucking murdered
Rajay Davis.
Considering Rajay Davis, not just Rajay Davis, just considering we murdered
everybody.
Yeah, everyone murdered freaking Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
They don't have David Ross.
That's true. David Ross is gone. David Ross is dancing with the stars.
One of the only few people who could hit home runs on Andrew Miller anymore. This just in. Cubs re-signed David Ross from postseason.
Cubs Cubs bring David Ross back on a half-year deal.
just for a World Series run.
Just not even don't even play him. Yeah. Don't even play him.
Just have him
on the bench. Just to pinch hit against Andrew Miller.
Right. Just to pinch hit against Andrew Miller in Game 7 of the World Series.
I mean, it's like why Dave Roberts was on the Boston Red Sox. He was meant to steal that base and start their rally.
Yeah.
I love Dave Roberts.
Okay, let's go to the AL West. This is one that's this is one that's really funky, especially.
Let me sum it up. If you're not the Astros, either stand pat or sell.
Yeah.
Don't.
Pretty much.
The closest team to them is like 17 games back.
Seattle.
Who is under 500, right?
One game,
yeah, so it's close.
So here's the AL West. At 67-34, Houston Astros. Who would have thought we would have been saying that? Especially once we get further down. 17 games back of the Astros.
In second place.
In second place. Seattle, 51-52.
And to broaden that further,
yeah,
with the grand scheme of things when it comes to the playoffs and a wild card.
We'll get to the wild card.
We'll get to the wild card. Okay, you have
after I finish this.
Okay.
Texas, 3 games below 500, 18 games back.
Right.
At 49-52. The Angels, the Mike Troutless Angels right now, I think.
No, he's back.
He's back.
Just came back about a week ago.
Yeah. 18.5 back of Houston at 49-53, and then you have Oakland, 44-57 at 23 games back. Sell. Oakland, sell, please. Just for the love of God, sell Oakland.
Who do they have?
Keuchel. Dallas Keuchel, I believe.
Oh, Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray.
No, Houston. Houston's got
Houston has Keuchel now.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray, yeah.
Sonny Gray is the only thing they can sell.
Yeah.
But they're going to get a haul for him.
Yeah.
Even though I think his rookie deal's up.
Yeah.
Or not, it's probably not his rookie deal. It's probably an arbitration deal. But
yeah. Okay, so let's roll down to the wild card standings because Seattle, I have the wild card divided by who I think could possibly make a run.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the Twins only 4 back could make a run, I think. Maybe.
The fuck?
Realistically, I think, the Angels have a tough schedule now with the freaking...
Watch the Angels just go completely just fucking stupid and trade Mike Trout.
I don't think that's happening.
Do you think Mike Trout is an Angel for life?
Not for life, but I think, because the Angels don't... As long as Albert Pujols is there, Trout will be there.
I
think so.
Imagine the hole they could get for the best player in baseball.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
Imagine him and freaking Bryce Harper on the same.
Oh my god. You couldn't keep them.
It would be dingers for... Just imagine.
You would be a losing team, though.
Oh,
let's be real, because if your payroll, especially if Bryce Harper gets his $400 million.
Just imagine, just for this season, and maybe next season, the current Nationals roster, and then just throw Mike Trout in there.
Just if the Angels just decided, hey, we don't want him anymore.
Yeah.
If he did something stupid,
he costs too much,
if they just wanted to dump his salary and trade him to the Nationals for a bag of baseballs.
Yes, essentially.
Oh man.
Just imagine
Nationals World Series championship T-shirts. Print them now.
Yeah, because this is all it would be. Who would you pitch to?
Out of those two?
No, just out of the entire current Nationals lineup.
Michael A. Taylor.
Yeah. Out of the first 6, because you have fucking
you got Ryan Zimmerman,
Harper,
Rendon,
yeah,
Worth,
yeah. Who would you? Jason Worth. As the season gets longer, as the season goes further on, he grows the beard.
That's right.
Jason Worth gets more powerful. Dan Murphy.
You know what would be a travesty? If the Nationals trade Jason Worth to the Yankees and he'd have to lose that beard.
Oh, God. That would be sad.
That'd be the worst. Because, they don't let anybody play with the beard.
Yeah, that would be sad. I would be hurt. But just imagine, and there's no way it's going to happen.
No.
No,
there's no way we trade Mike Trout for a bag of baseballs.
Hypothetically, this season, with this current Nationals roster lineup, just throwing Mike Trout in there, who the fuck would you pitch to?
Nobody.
The pitcher! Oh, you would have the option to.
Literally, just you'd almost have to like intentionally walk like a couple of them and then deal with like just try to make it past the other ones.
Yeah.
And then
once
the bottom part of the order comes up,
then you'd be fine.
Like 7 through 9.
Yeah, then you can pitch to them.
Yeah.
But the first 6 of Dan Murphy, Jason Worth.
I forgot about Murphy. God
yeah,
damn.
He's another one, just like Jason Worth. As the season
Murphy, Rendon, Harper,
Mike Trout. Like, here's the ones I would not pitch to: Harper, Trout, and then
Worth. I take my chances with Rendon.
Oh, definitely. I would not pitch to Jason Worth or Dan Murphy.
Oh, Dan Murphy, no. Dan Murphy's
another one. As he grows
the anomaly. I don't get Daniel Murphy. He was almost halfway irrelevant with the Mets, and then he had one good postseason against the Royals. Or no. Yeah, against the Royals, and then just fucking nothing.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say, Jason Worth though. Jason Worth is fear of the beard.
Speaking of fear of the beard, what happened to Brian Wilson?
Right. Good question.
Probably retired.
Probably. But, no. Back to the wild card. Yankees have a half-game lead on the wild card.
I think in the AL, both the wild card teams end up being AL East teams.
I think Seattle could make it.
They could.
Right now,
Nelson Cruz, Robinson Cano, they can hit some dingers.
Yeah. Right now, Yankees and Royals have the wild card spot. If the playoffs were to start today, and I hate saying that. It's not as bad as when ESPN says it in freaking mid-April, like they did this year.
If the playoffs were to begin today, April 15th.
Yeah. The Reds would have
150 games to go in the season.
Yeah. Yankees and Royals have the wild card lead. Tampa's a game back. Seattle's 3.5. Minnesota's 4. Like I said, I think because Minnesota, on paper, it does not have a shitty roster.
No.
Their pitching, on the other hand, is other than when Santana's on the mound. Their pitching can be iffy.
Who they're thinking of trading?
Yeah, who they're thinking of trading. If they keep Santana, I think they could make a potential wild card push. A better one than the Angels.
Yeah.
Texas is 4.5 back. The Angels 4.5 back. Baltimore. Then once you get into Baltimore, Toronto, Oakland, and the White Sox, there's definitely no. I have the Angels would be just at the cusp. Let's move into the National League. The National League's fucking weird this year.
Fucking AL West, man.
Oh god, no, the National League West is really bizarre.
Oh no, that's what I meant. My bad.
The National League East, you have Washington Nationals and the Fighting fucking
who are
Bryce Harper's, or somebody. The Fighting Washington Nationals and Bryce Harper. Yeah. 60 and 39. Just over 20 or under 20 games over 500. Atlanta, only 4 games below 12.5 back.
Somehow.
Yeah. The Mets 13 back at 47 and 52. Atlanta, by the way, 48 and 52. Miami 14 games back. That one irks me. I figured Miami would be kind of close. Or closer. With
Giancarlo.
He's not going to be on Miami much longer.
I don't know. He signed that mega deal already, didn't he?
Yeah, but I feel like he's gay.
Maybe eventually.
Miami 14 back, 46-53, and then Philadelphia. They may as well just quit.
Let's just stop playing games.
Just quit. Y'all are 25 back.
They're the worst team in baseball, are they not?
No. Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
You're 25 back. You're 35 and 64. You don't even have anything to sell. No one wants what you have. Just quit. Atlanta, you guys have
I'll take Aaron Nola.
Yeah. Atlanta has something to sell. The Mets have some pieces to sell. Miami.
The Braves traded Big Sexy.
I saw that.
We didn't cover that. We didn't cover the Bartolo Colon deal.
I saw that earlier. I was like, oh shit. Or a few days ago or something.
Yeah, it was a week ago.
Yeah.
I saw him in the Twins uniform the other day, and I'm just like, what?
What? But Atlanta has things to sell.
Yes.
the Mets, because like no one's no one's gonna win the fucking East other that isn't the Nationals.
Other than the Nats, yeah.
And no one in the East is even in the playoff position. I mean, Atlanta's 8.5 back from the wild card.
Right.
Off of fucking Arizona.
Ugh.
Arizona's 58-43 for fuck's sake. The Mets have pieces to sell with DeGrom and fucking. Oh god, what happened to Noah Syndergaard? Is he still?
I think he's hurt.
Is he still on the? Is he just? Did they just put him on the IR? Like he disappeared.
They put him on the. They put him on the dead list.
Yeah. Miami has pieces to sell, and then there's Philadelphia. What the fuck are you guys sell, Philly? They have nothing. You're
red pinstriped jerseys.
Philadelphia, all you guys have to sell is fucking baseballs. Let's be honest. The Phillies are like in the perfect position. They're gonna make a playoff push. Phillies are making a playoff push, boys. Philadelphia's in buying position. Philadelphia's gonna buy. How irked would you be if Philly buys? If one big name trade comes in going to Philly, how irked would you be?
I'd be amazed. I would probably quit watching baseball.
How bad would you feel for that one big name player who got sent to Philly?
Depends on who the trade's in. We trade Miguel Cabrera to the Phillies?
Yes.
You might as well just have the glorified DH.
You're getting rid of the fucking giant contract for a DH. But what would Miguel Cabrera do? He would actually have to play like defense forever.
Oh, this is true. Yes, it's a National League team.
Like
that means you better trade him while you can. You could because in a couple years you're not going to be able to trade him anywhere but American League teams.
Yeah. Moving to the AL or the NL Central. I'm sorry. The Cubs are 53-47, lead the division. Milwaukee in the Fighting Eric Thames.
Yeah.
God, I love Eric Thames.
Eric Thames, the dream.
I hope Eric Thames hits like 80 more home runs.
Eric Thames is Jesus.
Eric Thames is Jesus.
Baseball version of Jesus.
He got exiled to Korea to play baseball, and he came back, or Japan.
Yep. No, Korea.
He got exiled to South Korea to play baseball, and he came back and he's hitting dingers.
That's
He's not just hitting dingers. He's nuking dingers.
Oh, nukes. It's the wrong Korea for the nukes.
Right. Milwaukee a half game back at 54-49. St. Louis 3.5 back, 50-51. Pittsburgh 4 games back at 50-52, and the Reds like guys. Cincinnati. I'm glad I don't root for the Reds.
Build caps.
Yeah, y'all need to quit. Just call it a season. Forfeiture.
Give the Tigers Billy Hamilton for nothing, and then I'll be happy. It might already be then our. He might displace Mikey Montauk as the second best outfielder.
Right. No, fourth best. Oh God.
He wasn't even fourth best when JD was here.
Right. Oh God, that was just so funny though.
Oh, that fucking tweet.
I
gotta read Donald Trump tweets the rest of my life to read that
God.
again.
Milwaukee, y'all need to buy. St. Louis, you can buy and potentially make a wild card spot. You know. Let's be honest. The only way you're making the freaking playoffs in the National League, unless you're named Arizona or Colorado, is by winning your division. Because there's no way Arizona or Colorado are going to win their division. They're going in on the wild card.
They're going in on the wild
Pittsburgh, card. I don't know what to say, Pittsburgh. Like, you could buy or sell.
Make a little push.
Yeah, you could make a push. You could buy or sell.
Yeah.
Recommend buy, because you could push and say, fuck the Cubs. I don't want to see the Cubs in the postseason for another 108 years.
Yeah.
Fuck the
They
Cubs.
can go back to being lovable losers, except they're not lovable. I've never loved the Cubs.
No, neither have I. Reds, y'all need to sell. Y'all suck anyway. Sell. Let's go to the National League West.
Dodgers versus everybody.
Yeah. The Dodgers lead the National League West 40 games above 500 at 71-31. Is that good?
Not bad at all.
It's pretty
yes, it's good.
Then Arizona, the Diamondbacks, with the shittiest farm team system in the world, are 12.5 games back.
You hear that, Alavila? Shittiest farm system in the world.
Yeah. Alavila, if you're listening, some fuck were you thinking?
Alavila, oh, we better trade JD Martinez. Let's trade him to the worst farm system around.
And get 3 fucking infielders.
Ah!
Let's trade our best outfielder, or second best outfielder.
Nah, I mean, he was our best.
Yeah.
He was better than...
For 3 infielders when we need pitching.
We need. I mean, at this point, we need anything, I guess.
Yeah. Take another DH.
Just regroup. Just watch those guys just regroup the infield.
Blow everything up and restart.
Right.
Arizona, 12.5 back at 58-43. But the Dodgers are just the Dodgers. They can't fucking lose.
No.
The Los Angeles Dodgers and the fighting Yasiel Puigs and Clayton Kershaw, as they don't want to lose.
The injured Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, the injured Clayton Kershaw. The Colorado Rockies, 58-45, 13.5 back.
Who I didn't see coming at all.
No. Then you have the Padres.
Who are somehow
better than San Francisco.
Better than the Giants.
Padres are 26.5 back at 44-57. What? Then you have San Francisco 31.5 back at 40-63. Wild card, we're just gonna look at 3 teams.
Yeah.
Arizona,
because it's the same deal that it is. I think in the American League. I think both of the wild card teams are going to come out of the AL East.
In the American League?
In the American League.
National League, they're both coming out the West.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Rays or Yankees, or if the Yankees displace the Red Sox, it's going to be the Red Sox who win the wild card. I don't think there's any other way that it slips in there, and I think that both of those teams...
Arizona and Colorado are the only teams making it to the wild.
Let's be honest.
They can't
unless Milwaukee just fucking loses their mind.
Unless Eric Thames literally hits 100 home runs. In which pitchers would have to stop pitching him.
How long is Eric Thames under contract?
Oh.
Is he on a 1-year deal?
I think so. Arizona and Colorado have the freaking the National League wildcard lead. Milwaukee's 4 back. St. Louis is 7 back. Pittsburgh's 7.5. Atlanta's 8.5. The Mets are 9. Miami's 10. San Diego's 13. 16. Reds are 16. San Francisco is 18, and Philadelphia is 21. Anything else you want to add to the baseball talk? The little bit of baseball trade talk we had.
Eric Thames is signed to a 3-year deal.
Okay.
$16 million with an option, but I don't know who the option is for.
Okay.
Similar players, Mitch Moreland and Anthony Rizzo.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
We had an NFL trade happen last night. Yesterday afternoon. I know it's a little early to be talking NFL stuff, but as we're moving into August, we're 2 weeks away from preseason starting.
We're a month away from Madden. A little under a month away from Madden.
Yeah, just a little under. Last night, the Bills traded quarterback Cardale Jones to the Chargers for a fucking draft pick.
Cardale Jones.
You traded a quarterback
when you don't have
when your only mentionable quarterback is fucking Tyrod Taylor.
Well,
to the Chargers for a draft pick.
Well, I guess now Cardale Jones can go from being irrelevant on the Bills to being irrelevant on the Chargers.
I think within 3 years, Cardale will be starting on the Chargers.
Yeah, when Felipe Rios retires.
Yeah, when Felipe Rivers retires. And I think Cardale could be a good NFL quarterback.
I'm biased, and I don't think he will be. But that's kind of because I'm hoping he's not.
Oh, yeah. If I were a Bills fan, and I saw this trade yesterday, while I was eating dinner, I would be fucking pissed.
Because now who do they have? Who's their backup?
Either TJ Yates or Nathan Peterman.
Dude, and there's no way. I mean, TJ Yates has been around a little while now.
But he sucks.
He's terrible.
He's bad.
That's okay.
And Nathan Peterman, who was their 5th round draft pick this year. You got a quarterback in the 3rd round for nothing last season, or 2 years ago now.
Right.
In the 2016 draft. With a relatively high upside NFL, and I'm not NFL ready, but
right,
relatively high upside quarterback. Like, and your only, mentionable quarterback is Tyrod Taylor.
Who's garbage.
And you got not just the draft, you got a conditional draft pick. Let's throw it out there. It's a conditional draft pick, but it's a fucking draft pick.
It's a draft pick.
There was not, they traded, it would have been one thing if they traded him to a team that, the Bills could get something back.
Right.
But the Chargers don't have anything to give back other than draft picks.
Joey Bosa?
I just don't know anymore. I can't.
Oh, God.
This is what irks me about the NFL. There's just so, the bad teams in the NFL that don't really compete. Yep. There's just so much mismanagement there.
Oh.
That it's laughable.
The Browns.
And I saw somewhere this morning, someone saying, and it was a Bills freaking site, because I ended up looking to see who their quarterbacks were now after Cardale Jones. And someone who was a Bills writer said, oh yeah, the Bills won this trade because now Nathan Peterman will have more time, get more reps.
So let me get this straight. So Nathan Peterman is the Bills equivalent to the Lions situation a couple years ago when everyone was clamoring to see Kellen Moore.
Yeah. Let's find out where Nathan Peterman went. I'd never heard of him until today.
I've never heard of him either.
He went to Pittsburgh. Okay.
Okay, so at least a school I've heard of.
Yeah. Oh, hey, my package from FedEx is here, apparently.
Oh, hey.
Cool.
Said that
according to FedEx.
According to FedEx. That usually means it's here.
Yeah. You're trading... I didn't hear a knock on the door or anything, so I don't really care about it. Right. You're trading a quarterback who... Let me remind people what Cardale Jones did.
Oh, boy.
59-0 against Wisconsin. And that wasn't just Cardale Jones. I mean, Ohio State completely fucking...
It was Cardale Jones and Devin Smith.
Yeah. I mean, Cardale Jones and Devin Smith murdered Wisconsin's defense.
All I heard the entire game is just, Devin Smith again!
Yeah,
Cardale Jones!
Gus Johnson, Cardale Jones! Wisconsin got murdered. And then there was that one play towards the end of the game where freaking Joey Bosa just ate their freaking quarterback.
I think that's what Joey Bosa does.
It is.
Eat quarterbacks.
However, I will never forget the play in the national championship when Joey Bosa just completely leveled Marcus Mariota. It was great. Mariota was sitting back in the pocket. He doesn't even, just flat out leveled. Just, all Marcus Mariota had time to do was just, arm punt the ball straight in the air. He's literally oh, fuck. And then you just see the ball fucking sail, 20 rows deep into the fucking stands. Yeah. And then fucking Marcus Mariota just laying on the ground. Sitting, what just happened to me? Is this heaven?
Sure is.
So that's what happened. Game 1, Cardale Jones and Devin Smith ate Wisconsin.
Yes.
Game 2, they beat Alabama.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. When you can beat Alabama, that's good. Granted, it was off of a freaking 88-yard Zeke Elliott run.
Right.
I'm still, One of them, Ohio State's writing sites, 11 Warriors, sells shirts, and it has the play design of that run, and then in freaking a caption above it, the run through the heart of the South. I need to buy that shirt.
Right.
And then Oregon. You beat Oregon.
Yeah. Who somehow made it to a national title game.
I mean, they fucking played for it. To be honest. They played Florida State. And Oregon fucking ate Florida State. But let me just remind you what Oregon was doing that year in 2014. They were scoring 70 points a game.
Right. Scoring like it. Oh god.
They were scoring 70 points a game in that season. Yeah.
The fuck.
And then in the one game he played,
back before the Pac-12 was respectable again.
Yeah, that one game that he played in the 2016 season against Virginia Tech, in which it had that very famous Braxton Miller spin that I still love to watch. Because that defender who freaking got spun out by Braxton Miller was a fucking asshole. I remember, like...
They always are.
No, this guy was, like, really bad, because after that fucking game, the game in Ohio, at Columbus the year before, when the Ohio State did lose.
Right.
Like, this fucking kid, after every game, win or lose, Ohio State, the team goes over and sings to the band, Carmen, Ohio.
Yeah. I mean.
This fucking prick from Virginia Tech runs straight through the fucking team as they're singing Carmen, Ohio to the band in the student section. Mm-hmm. And just yelling at the student section in the fucking band.
Way to go, kid.
Yeah, you won by 1 touchdown, and you're fucking... And then Virginia Tech, the following week, lost to fucking Citadel. Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel? The highlight of your career, you beat freaking Ohio State, and then the following week you lose to fucking Citadel. Or
talk about the highs and the lows.
Some D2 team. And then Braxton Miller just made this kid look like a fucking retard.
That's what Braxton Miller does.
Yeah, he even does it in the NFL now.
Apparently.
You're probably glad that Braxton Miller wasn't quarterback that year, though.
Oh, so thrilled.
Would you rather have Braxton Miller or JT Barrett for that one game?
Braxton Miller.
Think so?
I feel like we had a better shot
instead of having him at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what Cardale Jones did in like his final 5-6 games of college. Or 5.5, because he played half a game against Hawaii after that game in which they freaking demolished.
Fucking Shane Morris played in the Hawaii game that we played. Michigan did the last year to start the year. Shane Morris got playing time.
So that's all I'm gonna say. Like, Cardale Jones had good upside.
Yes.
Like, he was an potential NFL talent. Better than fucking Nathan Peterman and TJ Yates.
Yes.
And probably Tyrod Taylor. Let's be honest.
A bit.
That's all I can say about the NFL. That trade that happened last night perfectly sums up the NFL. Especially lower echelon teams in the NFL. Bad team management. And it's just laughable. That's all I can say. Before we go, this past weekend, if you guys were paying attention to Big Ten Media Days, I know the two of us live in Big Ten country.
Yes.
Follow Big Ten teams. Urban Meyer said something very interesting. He said that the Big Ten, or at least the Big Ten East, in its current form, is just as strong, if not stronger, than the SEC was when he was there. What is your opinion on it?
The Big Ten East?
Yeah. Or if you want to expand it, the entire Big Ten. Because he did say Big Ten. I'm assuming he just meant East.
If it's the entire Big Ten, then there's no way, because the West in the Big Ten is Wisconsin and maybe Nebraska.
Yeah.
And Iowa if things go wrong.
If a miracle happens, Iowa.
Is the Big Ten better than they were? The Big Ten was irrelevant 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, they were nothing.
Yeah.
And then now, it's back to Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, maybe.
I don't think Penn State's gonna be.
No, once they lose McSorley and that running back, Saquon Barkley. Or did they already lose Barkley? No, I think he's back.
I don't know.
I feel like Saquon Barkley's back. Fact check me, I don't care.
I'm not going to look for it today. I'll look some other time.
Yeah, so I don't think they're as good as the SEC was. So, like, when Urban Meyer was at SEC, at ACC.
The SEC.
Yeah, I think I said ACC.
You said SEC.
I said ACC?
Yeah,
all right, good deal. When he was there, Florida was good.
Yeah.
Auburn was good.
Like, that's the one thing.
Alabama's always good.
Yeah. I think, I think he's partially right.
Partially.
And realistically, the thing is, no matter where, Urban Meyer is one of those coaches, no matter where he goes, he will have success somehow.
Unfortunately, yes, that's the case.
He had success at Bowling Green.
Yep.
He had success at Utah.
Yep.
Won 2 national championships at Florida.
Yep.
And has won 1 with Ohio State so far. Like, Urban Meyer is one of those coaches on the college level, at least. Like, he's like Nick Saban. He'll go where he goes, they'll succeed.
I'd say.
So, I think he's half right. Not just because I'm an Ohio State fan, and this is something, had some other Big Ten coach said this, I would probably be kind of laughing about it.
Yeah, but Urban knows the SEC.
Considering he coached there, like, I could see what he's saying. Had it been, like, even if it was Jim Harbaugh, who is one of the better coaches in the Big Ten, had he said this, I would have laughed. Like, dude, your last college.
The only thing he can speak to is
the Pac-12. Yeah.
I will say he could speak to the Big Ten as a player.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He can't compare it to anything else. He can compare it to the Pac-12 maybe.
Yeah.
Knowledgeably.
Yeah. I think, like, I don't want to fully say yes, Urban Meyer is completely right. Yeah. But I don't want to say no, he's wrong. Because, last year and this year, and even the year before, Ohio State was considered a national championship. Last year, national championship contender. This year, people are considering them to be a top 4 team. 3 years ago, Michigan. People were saying, "Oh,
dead."
Or 4 years ago, Michigan was dead.
4 years, Michigan was dead.
3 years ago, when Harbaugh first showed up.
Yep. Now entering year 3, yes.
Saying, "Oh, they have a shot. They may not win a title, but they're in contention."
I thought it was going to take, as a Michigan fan, until about year 3 to even start to be competitive.
Yeah.
And then year 1 happened.
Yeah.
And we won 10 games that year. I think we went 10-3.
Yeah.
With the bowl game. We crushed Florida.
Yeah. Much to my chagrin. Someone from Florida.
Right. Oh, they killed.
Normally, as like a Big Ten fan, I would be like, okay, they won.
Now, see, I'm not about the whole Big Ten fan thing. Or about the wins that are good for the Big Ten. Nothing's good. I'm a fan. Nothing's good for me outside of my team winning.
I am, depends on who it is. Michigan beats Alabama. That's good for the Big Ten.
Yes. But
Michigan beats, an Alabama. That's good for the Big Ten.
It's good for the Big Ten's reputation, but I care more about what it does for my team.
Yeah. But, it looks like when you have to a recruit.
Yeah.
Even if they're not necessarily considering going to Ohio State, I would rather have a recruit go somewhere in the Big Ten than go to fucking Alabama. That's just me.
Yeah. I'm kind of torn between it.
I would rather have Big Ten teams be able to say, yeah, we have teams that can compete with Alabama.
Right.
Obviously, there's only 2 of them, realistically, I mean, maybe 2.
Somehow Michigan State got recruits for like 2.
Yeah, but it just looks better to a recruit, and I think overall it's more just like, look at how many NFL players have come from the Big Ten over, oh hey, look at all these players from the SEC.
Look at all these players from Alabama getting drafted.
Yeah, look at, when was the last time an Alabama starting quarterback won an NFL game? I know this, because it hurts me, because, A.J. McCarron.
He'll win a game. Very well.
A preseason game, maybe.
Hell yeah, man, he'll win a game eventually.
It's been a while since an Alabama quarterback won an NFL game that they started. 1984.
Okay.
That bad?
It's really, really not good.
It's 2017.
For those who didn't know.
Yeah. If you didn't know what year it was. But I think, like, if you have a Big Ten team, just come out of nowhere and say, oh yeah, we beat Alabama. It's kind of, like, okay for the conference.
For the conference, it's good for me personally. Yeah.
I concede, but like I said, I think, like, okay, obviously I would rather, like, Ohio State to be the team that beat
Yes.
100%. But if a Big Ten team was playing Alabama, doesn't really matter who it was, I would root for the Big Ten team. Primarily because I hate Alabama that much.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, yeah. But back to the whole point.
Yes.
Because Urban Meyer was there in the SEC, I don't want to discredit what he's saying.
Yet.
I will wait till mid-season to say, okay, yeah, you're a little off on this.
We'll see how the season goes.
Yeah, I don't want to quite go out and say.
Excited.
College football is 30 days away.
It is so close.
I want to wait on that till just the end of the season for him to say, or even mid-season, like 3 weeks in, before I say, yeah, you're a little off.
This team's a little bad.
The Big Ten's not real. But that's going to do it for the podcast. Hopefully next week, when we promised we'd have trade stuff this weekend. We really didn't.
We didn't, but it's not our fault. It's just baseball's not making trades right now.
Yeah.
So minuscule ones.
Next week, as we slowly get towards football season, we're going to have more football stuff to cover. Slowly. Probably. Training camps have already started.
Yes, I think all of them have started.
I believe, yeah, all of them have started. The preseason game is on...
They're coming up.
I want to say this day. Oh, wait, you guys can't see my calendar. I believe the first preseason game is the 6th of August.
Sounds about right.
We'll look next week.
Right.
Obviously, we'll have more college football stuff to talk about.
Right. As the season approaches,
we'll lock in our college football predictions probably like the
week before. So
yeah,
probably
about 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks. Let's see. I believe... oh, shit, no, because of freaking the way the calendar works this year, college football doesn't start till like the 31st. Prayers.
Yeah, college football's probably going to start.
Like the 30th or 31st.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I know
Michigan, I think, plays on either the 1st or the 2nd.
Ohio State plays Indiana. Thank God we'll get that fucking game out of the way. Really. Thank God. So yeah, the 2nd. 1st and 2nd, I believe. So we're a little early on what we're saying, but still, about a month away. A little over. Oh, real quick, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. Now that we're getting into the point of fall releases. I think about fucking time.
Yes.
I do want to say thank you for getting me that NHL beta code. I did play a game of Threes last night.
Did you?
Just to see how...
Threes is fun.
Yeah, and like, I just wanted to see...
That's what I'm probably going to play later today.
I just wanted to see if the freaking anything I wanted to see if just goalies would feel better.
The threes gameplay is different.
It is.
It's not like the regular NHL gameplay like I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
It's send people flying 10 feet.
It's very arcadey.
It's very arcadey, but it was fun.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be a little less arcadey, but it was really arcadey.
It was very arcadey. I mean, with light up boards and light up ice, what did you expect?
Yeah, true. Needed. But as I wanted to say real quick, guys, enjoy the games that are coming out. I know we have NHL beta this week. Some of the game that I've been paying attention to lately, a game called Lawbreakers. It's kind of like Overwatch but better. Fuck Overwatch. Open beta starts tomorrow for PC and PS4. I would recommend checking it out. Kind of a fun game to play.
We'll see how it goes.
And on that note, because we are starting to get into soon, if you guys are going to play it, Call of Duty beta will be out. Star Wars Battlefront in October. The beta, I should say.
Yes.
Pre-order beta is October. Guys, if you partake in a beta, betas are kind of partially to help developers out. So help the developer out. Report your problems. Don't just go onto Twitter and fucking tweet about it. Don't be fucking angry that there's an issue with the beta. Go to the forums or go to wherever. Who the fuck is calling you?
I don't know.
Politician number, probably.
Probably.
Go to the developers' forums or wherever and say, hey, there's a problem. Don't just go onto Twitter and angry tweet it. That's all I gotta say, guys. Have fun playing video games, doing whatever. It's quarter after 12 or 20 after 12. Baseball's getting ready to start. Have a good Thursday. We're gonna try and get this, uploaded relatively soon.
Yeah, right.
At some point, maybe we'll be on iTunes even. Possibly. I gotta put some effort into that.
Right.
Peace out. Stay classy, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good time.
Have a great time.